Hello, and welcome everybody. JB here with JB's RCs. Thanks for stopping by. Got another fantastic run-in video for you today. Coming at you with the Traxxas trx4 hightrail. This has got the Ford body on it, the brown one. Always really liked this. I'm not a huge Ford fan, but this is just a cool body, and I love that brown color. It's just really basic. Kind of makes it look just more realistic. Nothing too flashy or anything, you know. Got this on a trade for, oh no, I'm sorry, I got this on a group buy where I got like 5 or 6 trucks all at once. Nice deal on them. I ended up selling a couple and I kept this one. I just like this a lot, so I kept it. Not a ton of stuff done to it. We're running the Hobbywing Fusion SE. It's a 1200 kV, and I just keep it in high gear the whole time pretty much. Still gives me plenty of wheel speed, plenty of low end crawl. Low gear really slow, but if you're really crawling with it. But I got this set up more of a trail truck. It's got the 1.9 metal bead lock deep dish wagon wheels on it. We're running some TSL bogger tires on there, the 1.9 size. I got dual stage foams in those tires as well. We're running the NSDRC RS450 servo in there. Their budget servo that's absolutely fantastic. 65 bucks, guys. I'm telling you right now, if you haven't got one yet, give it a whirl. You're gonna be impressed. Very quiet, very fast. Nice servo. Other than that, we're running a little bit of brass weights on the front portals and brass center diff cover on the front. Nothing extra added on the back for any weight. And 3S lipo, of course. And we're still using the stock Traxxas RXTX. Got a little toe strap wrapped around the roll bar there on the back with the headlamps. I did replace one arm on that. So I actually bought a whole nother piece, and then I just took the arm off because the arms actually screw on separately. And it was the arm that didn't have the wires running through it for the lights up top there. So that made it super easy change out. And so that's new, and I have the rest of it in case something else breaks, because that is definitely a pretty hardcore rollover spot. When it lands, those lights and that roll bar take all the impact for the most part, depending on how you roll. But we're else just out doing a trail run. Like I said, I got this set up more of a trail truck. It is the high trail, so I did take the springs off the shocks, so it sets a little bit lower, but it's still running the stock shocks, stock drive shafts, all that stuff, stock gearbox. Great fun truck. Really love Traxxas. The TRX4 platform is pretty much unbreakable. What a beast. I beat the crap out of every TRX4. I got like 5 or 6 now. I think I have 5, but I had 6 at one point, and I got rid of 1. I just didn't use it too much and ended up getting rid of it. But definitely one of my favorite platforms. Everything comes really easy. The only thing I really don't like about them is the way the motor is mounted in there. I don't like the fact that I can't see the mesh when I'm doing it. I've noticed the housing that goes around the motor mount, if you adjust the screws on that, it actually helps a lot. I know a lot of people just like to tighten them all the way down as tight as you can get them, but depending on how you have the motor mounted, you could get real tight mesh with that and start wearing things down real quick. Plus that heats up your motor, causes drivetrain lag and all that stuff. So you want it to be, if you haven't ever done this before, I've watched a few videos. If you want to do gear mesh for your pinions per gear, basically you want it to roll through. Take a little piece of paper and you run it through the gears as they're rolling. And if it folds the paper but doesn't tear the paper, that should be your perfect gear mesh. You never want it to be completely tight, because like I said, you're going to get a lot of wear on that, and it's going to cause your electronics to heat up a little more, and your batteries are going to wear down faster, so you don't want to do that. A little water and mud here for you. Another thing about the TRX4, their receiver boxes are probably some of the most waterproof receiver boxes that I've seen on any truck. Great little setup they have on that. It's a pain to get into. It's, multiple screws and different caps on it, but it really helps keep water out. Of course, everything else is going to get water in it, so if you do the mud water situation, you're going to want to clean it out and freshen up your grease and your lube and all that. Otherwise, your bearings, and notice the bearings are really the first thing to start going. Most of these trucks have metal gears, so they don't wear out too much in the water and the mud. But those bearings, they'll seize right up real quick. I actually just did a bearing kit on my TRX4 Sport. Tore that all down as a truck. The TRX4 I've had the longest. One of my TRX4 Sports, I should say. It's actually my cover truck there that's in the beginning of the video, the Jeep Cherokee with the hard body on it. But yeah, I just tore that all down. I've used it for a mud truck, changed out the motor and stuff, and just had it super fast. Now it's back to a crawler again, so it was a little rough. So I tore that all apart and did all the bearings and everything in there. And there was a couple bearings that were seized on that I had to tear off. Luckily, none of the bearings had gone. I actually saw a guy last week on the trail who pulled apart one of his portals on the front of his TRX4, and the smallest bearing where the axle shaft comes through for the tire to mount to was completely shredded. There was not even barely a piece of it left in there, and if there was small pieces of it in there that were actually getting stuck in the portal gears, and it was locking up one of his front tires. So that's a pretty rough situation if you're driving your truck with no bearing at all in there. It worked. He ended up taking the pieces out so they didn't get stuck in the gears, and it actually ended up working pretty well. But it's something you really got to keep control of, those bearings. You got to keep them clean, got to keep them lubed. If they seize up, you're gonna. I actually had somebody the other day was playing with their truck, and it was overheating a lot. And when they grabbed it to check it, they grabbed one of the axles, and right on the axle where they grabbed was like burning hot, almost melting the plastic, because the bearing was locked in there. So it was metal on metal, just spinning around for an hour. So the friction caused a lot of heat and heated up the actual plastic housing on the axle shaft itself. So yeah, guys, if you're going to be doing water and mud stuff, please take apart your trucks afterwards. Even if you don't clean it out completely, like I said, the gears usually seem to work just fine for a long time with mud and water, but the bearings are really what you need to keep going. And if they're still good bearings, just lube them up and clean them out and put it back in. It doesn't take a long time, and it's going to save a lot of money in the long run, a lot of time in the long run, and it's also going to keep your trucks running great and running cool, and make it worth more if you ever want to resell your truck. So, a little ramble for you there about some bearings. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks again, of course, for stopping by. Really appreciate all the support as always. If you're still watching, you're cream of the crop. You are the top dogs. Really appreciate that as well. And we'll see you guys next time. So please get out there and have some fun.